Hello guys, welcome back to another demo board system test. This is demo board system test 4, and for this test we got a rather interesting one. As you can see, we got multiple wireless units and hardwire units, and a couple of vintage ones at the right. So let's go ahead and show them off. The first one over here is actually new acquisition. This is a First Alert SA511, 3rd generation. This one is a First Alert 7010B. I've had this one for a couple years now. This one is a First Alert SCO500, 3rd generation. Over here, SA67D, First Alert. Yep, that's a classic 4.6. Over here, I've had this one for a very long time. The SA90LT, basically a light test version of the 67D. There we go. Over here, we got the First Alert SMCO 100V AC backup on this system. Over here, we have our bridge unit. This is a First Alert SA520, 1st generation because of the One Link logo. Over here, we have a SC7010B, 2nd gen, I think, or 1st. I can't remember the generation of this, but it has the older style logo, so yeah. Down here is a 1st generation First Alert SA500. This is actually one of the oldest ones out there because it has that older mounting style. So yeah, that's cool. This one over here, we have the First Alert 7020B again. Over here is another new unit, First Alert SM500V, and the last one, an SA150 LTD. You guys know that I already have this unit, and honestly, I really hate this thing now. Because of how cheaply made these things are. The horn on this thing literally decided to completely end itself right as I powered it on. Take a look. The light works, but the horn doesn't. Yeah, these things are really cheaply built after all. So yeah, I really hate this thing now. Alright, so whatever. Alright, might as well go ahead and start with the wireless units first, and then we'll go to the hardwired. I'll be counting the SA520 as a hardwired unit, so... Actually, you know what? I'll be doing the SA520 first in the hardwired section, so... What I'll be doing first are the battery-operated wireless units, and then the SA520, and then all the other hardwired units in the system. Alright, let's go ahead and start with the SA511. There we go. That's the SA511. Now we're going to move on to the SCO500. There you go, that's the SCO500. You might be thinking why this is not receiving the CO signal. That is because while it's alarming its smoke, it does not clear in time for the CO signal to be received. So don't think it's broken. It works perfectly fine. Alright, now we're gonna move on to the SA500. No location will be announced on this one.
Highest carbon monoxide level was 0 ppm.
There we go. Now the final one in the battery operated wireless section is the SM500V.
Testing. Testing.
There we go. Now, here's when things get interesting here. There we go. Now we're going to start with the hardwired stuff. How I'm going to do this is actually going to be quite different. So, first I'll be starting with the 7010B, then the 7020B, and then the SE7010B, and the SMCO500V. So, let's do it. I'm just going to wait for these to stop flashing, and then I'll move on to the 7020B. Alright, I think all of them stopped, so let's go ahead and move on to the 7020B. Alright, SE7010B, here we go. This is when it should get really interesting. that just alarmed in CO. So all the other wireless ones should be alarming in CO momentarily. All of them alarmed in CO for a second. Just gonna wait for all of them to stop, and then I'm gonna go to the last one, the SMCL 100 VAC. Looks like all of them stopped, so here we go. Last one.
Testing. Warning. Evacuate. Smoke in master bedroom. Evacuate. Warning. Evacuate. Carbon monoxide in master bedroom. Evacuate. Highest carbon monoxide level was 0 ppm.
Wireless units should be alarming in CO in just a little bit. I don't think this one will. Oh, there we go.
Warning. Evacuate. Carbon monoxide. Evacuate.
This one talked, I think. Either the SEO 500 or the SM 500V spoke. And there we go. Might as well do my outro while these things go back into normal condition. So yeah, this was a rather interesting one, and definitely one of the cooler system tests I did, I have to admit. It would have been flawless if this piece of crap worked though. Hopefully I can get it fixed at some point, but right now, the horn is dead. So, yeah. So, again, very, very cool demo board system test. I definitely hope to do one of these again sometime. So yeah, that concludes this demo board system test. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again soon.